Some nights you just can't sleep, not because of dreams, but because of memories. Because something is still lurking outside the window, or maybe inside your room. In today's video, I'll tell you 3 true stories, shared by people who went through horrors no one could have imagined. Moments that seemed harmless. A party, a lost backpack, a breakup you thought was over. But sometimes, it's the little things that open the door to the ones watching us. In silence. Make sure you're in a safe room, the doors are locked. And whatever you do, don't look out the window. Story 1. The mark on the neck. I was never the type to blend in during college. No parties, no clubs, no girlfriend. The only thing I took away from that time was the memory of one night none of us ever speak about. It was a Friday when my friend Ian messaged our group. A girl named Callista had invited us to a party in the suburbs. We had nothing better to do. Bryson, Ian, and I got a ride from Bryson's older brother, Chris. He didn't drink, so he agreed to drive. On the way, Ian started complaining that Callista wasn't answering his texts. When he checked again, her account had disappeared. We told him to chill. Maybe she was with someone else. Ian went quiet the rest of the ride. We arrived at a large, unusually fancy house set apart from the rest of the neighborhood. People were coming and going, but something felt off. All the lights inside were blindingly bright. No hip-hop, no dim lighting, just some wordless ceremonial music playing faintly and a strange sterile vibe. We decided to have a few drinks outside first. Chris stayed in the car. The 3 of us went in. Everyone inside was dressed, formally, like it was a wedding, not a college party. No one really acknowledged us, but I felt eyes on me the entire time. That's when 3 girls approached. Beautiful, but strange. They offered us tequila, saying it was the entry fee. We didn't want to be awkward, so we drank without thinking much of it. I started talking to a girl named Tina. Long black hair, piercing eyes. But I couldn't stop staring at the strange mark on her neck. A thin green line, perfectly straight, almost printed. Not a tattoo, not makeup. It looked unnatural. I wanted to ask, but held back. No one mentioned it. Eventually, Bryson and Ian were invited upstairs. I stayed with Tina, but I started to feel dizzy, claustrophobic. I excused myself to find the bathroom. Just as I reached the hallway, a tall man in a white button-down shirt stepped out of the restroom. He stopped, said nothing, just stared at me, a stare that felt like it went under my skin. On his neck was the same green mark as Tina's. "I'm here because Callista invited me," I stammered. He smiled thinly. "Have you seen Callista anywhere?" I shut the door and locked it, heart pounding. That question felt like a warning. When I came out, I started scanning the room, looking closely at everyone's necks. 1, 2, 3 more people, the same mark. Was it a symbol, a promise, a brand? I ran upstairs to find my friends. Luckily, Bryson and Ian were coming down. I pulled them into a quiet hallway and told them everything. They laughed, thought I was jealous because they were getting lucky. Then I saw it. A faint red line, a thin like thread just appeared on Ian's neck, and another on Bryson's. I didn't explain, I screamed. That was enough. Bryson went pale. "We need to get out of here," Ian hesitated. But she said she'd meet me again. Just then, another man passed by. Blank stare. Same green mark. We ran. The house was eerily quiet. No one stopped us. Only silent eyes, watching us leave as if they were waiting for us to come back. Once in the car, Ian and Bryson's phones lit up. Texts from the girls they'd just met. "Why did you leave without saying goodbye? Come back, we're not finished yet." They blocked the numbers, but the red marks on their necks didn't fade quickly. And to this day, I still wonder, if I hadn't seen those marks in time, what would have happened to us? Story 2. The Unlocked Room. I'm a grad student in civil engineering, living alone in a small apartment on the outskirts of the city. Not the nicest neighborhood, but cheap and close to school. Everything was fine, until I lost my backpack. It vanished in 5 minutes. I left it in the hallway outside class to use the bathroom. When I came back, gone. No cameras, no witnesses. I lost my laptop, wallet, and my apartment keys. I thought I'd just replace the locks and buy a new laptop. I was wrong. 3 days later, a note was slid under my door. Handwritten, no envelope. 3 words. I see you. No name, no address, no signature. Someone had accessed my data. They knew where I lived. Worse, they had a key. I locked the door immediately. Deadbolt only. It was the only thing keeping me sane. But the notes kept coming. All handwritten, all roughly folded, and the messages got weirder. I know what you did. Don't turn around. You're being watched. I'd never done anything wrong, but the thought of someone digging into my browser history, my private photos, schoolwork, made me sick. One night, I closed the blinds and saw a faint flash, like a camera shutter. No one outside, just darkness. Then, the little changes started. My shoes weren't where I left them. My coat was draped over a chair instead of hanging up. My water bottle lid was screwed on the wrong way. I wondered if I was losing it, until I came home one evening and found the apartment completely torn apart. Bed stripped, drawers yanked open, books scattered, nothing stolen, just searched. Like someone was looking for something specific. The police came, filed a report, and left. No signs of forced entry, no leads. I begged my landlord to change the locks. He sighed and said, "I'm busy, maybe this weekend." I swore under my breath. That's when I realized no one cared about my safety but me. That night, I didn't sleep. I barricaded the door with a chair, left all the lights on, kept a kitchen knife under my pillow. I skipped class the next morning. I knew if I left, he'd come back. So I made a plan. I'd pretend to go to school, but really, I'd hide. In the far corner of the room, phone camera rolling, waiting. If he came back, I'd see his face, and this time, he wouldn't walk away without consequences. Story 3. The mask in the final video. I had just broken up with my boyfriend after 2 years together. Not explosive, but far from peaceful. We argued, we ran out of trust, and I ended it. I blocked him on every platform, cut contact completely. I was a senior at Temple University, living alone in a second-floor apartment near campus. The night after the breakup, I started hearing strange sounds. Light footsteps outside my window, a soft scraping, like someone was standing just outside, watching. I figured maybe it was Ben, my ex. He wasn't dangerous, just obsessive. I didn't think much of it until that night. I was up late editing a group project. I was the video lead, responsible for submitting the final cut. At midnight, I sent the file, relieved, exhausted, ready to sleep. The next morning in class, the professor pulled up our video. I felt nervous, but proud. But the video wasn't what I had submitted. Instead, it was a blurry recording. A person in a scream mask sat in the dark, staring into the camera. A distorted voice began to speak. About me, about the professor, saying twisted, horrifying things I won't even repeat. The room went silent. I froze. I wanted to scream but couldn't. When it ended, every eye in the room was on me. I ran out in tears. Later, I explained everything to the professor. He confirmed 2 emails had been sent from my account. One was the real project, the other, the disturbing video. Someone had hacked me, but it wasn't over. A few days later, I was logged out of Snapchat. Someone accessed my account from another device. I panicked. So many personal photos, things I never wanted anyone to see. I went to the police. Ben was brought in for questioning. He admitted that, in a fit of anger after the breakup, he'd posted my personal info on a forum, not passwords, but enough. And I had reused the same one everywhere. Now, someone had it all. No arrests were made. The real hacker was still unknown. I changed every password, thought it was over. Then, a new account added me on Snapchat. I accepted without thinking. Seconds later, a photo arrived. It was me, asleep in bed. Taken through my window. My stomach dropped. Then came more photos, all taken up close, from somewhere nearby. I blocked the account, but they kept coming back. New usernames, same terror. Now I live in fear. I can't sleep, can't eat. I just wait for the footsteps, for the click. And the worst part is, I don't even know what his face looks like. 3 stories, 3 ordinary moments, twisted into nightmares. You can leave a party, you can change your password, you can block your ex, but you can't stop the ones who are already watching you. Thanks for listening. And if you still feel safe after this video, just make sure to check your window, just to be sure.